Ladies and gents, 3 years ago, I started this YouTube channel with the goal of documenting my journey from going from zero to $1 million in net worth and continue documenting from there. And ever since then, I've been, creating those videos. And so far, there's 78 videos. And I want to keep on doing that. And I also want to show you in this video my financial progress so that you can see where I'm at in this journey and for this to be sort of a bookmark on this channel to see where I'm at. And it's also good for me to look at it, when I achieve my goal later on. Now, what does this channel stand for? It's something that I've been meditating about for a while, trying to figure out like, okay, there are lots of people out there who have channels about making money. Lots of people have channels about growing businesses. So like, what's the point of me continuing with doing all of this? And I found my life to be one that is very simple, where I value a couple of things. And it's not just about becoming the best in business or growing the biggest $1 billion company or all this stuff, right? It comes down to four main pillars that I've realized are super essential to have a great life in business and in everything else. And these four pillars are, first of all, God. He's above everything. I believe He's the one who's directing my life and kind of like giving me the rewards, giving me the challenges whenever is the best time. So I depend on Him and I execute what I believe He sends me as the messages or as the mission for me to do. And below God is health. So without health, we cannot enjoy the wealth, as in the materialistic stuff, and also the relationships that we have with other people. Now, why is wealth above relationships? Because I've seen the lack of money, the scarcity, ruin plenty of relationships before. And I think having the finances can make life way easier when it comes to having like relationships and freedom and just living life and not having to worry about survival. Because if we don't have wealth as well, it will be hard to manage our health and our relationships and even our connection with God, I think. So just by having the necessity and not needing to think about how to survive and how to make the next dollar, I think is super important. Now, these are my main pillars. I'm not the guy who's or at least for now, who's like hustling all the time and sacrificing everything. No, I'm trying to reach that stage where I'm living a balanced life, but I'm always going upwards. Now, what you can see as well is my graph, and this graph represents my financial journey so far and how much income I'm making. And as you can see, my goal is to have $1 million, whether it's in my bank account or as net worth, I don't know, as at 22 years old. Right now I'm 21 and I set this goal when I was 18. At the beginning of my journey, I read the book Think and Grow Rich, and he highly advised that we set this goal in stone and we aim at achieving it. And I'm really glad that I'm still in this journey working towards reaching that financial goal, which represents a lot of things. And it's not just about the money again. And you can see in school, we used to learn about, I don't know what's it called, the legend or something. But anyway, this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and the y-axis represents the income, the x-axis represents the timeline, okay? Pretty simple. So my journey started on November 3rd, 2022, and this is how it started actually, where I started an Instagram page from 0 followers, and within 2 months, I was able to grow it to like 80,000 followers or something. But you can see this is the page. It was about motivational content. You can look it up as well. But I started this page, managed to blow it up and make it go viral or organically. Didn't buy any fake followers or anything of that sort. And this was my beginning of learning about business, learning about how to make money online, and developing myself as a person as well. And so it started here. I literally made my first $100 online. I can remember that on December 31, 2022. And I sold my first ever course on how to grow the page because I blew it up, right? So a guy messaged me. He was like, "Yo, can you teach me how to do that?" And we did. I charged him $100 for the first month, and then a second $100 for the second month, or after a month of working together. And so I made my first $100. And from 2023, so here it's 2023 until 2024, my income was fluctuating between $0 to $1,000. I think I managed to hit $1,000, I think on December of 2024. And this represents like the Instagram business. Now, how did I make my money here? Well, it's simple. I was teaching people how they can also grow their own pages, go viral, and then they can either sell their pages or they can teach other people on how to also grow their pages. So it was really cool. I also got offered like $4,000 to sell this page, but I didn't. I decided that it would be better for me to keep it and use it to teach other people. And I saw the long-term potential of it rather than, selling it. So this was that period, and I ended it at around 2024. So between the end of 2023 and 2024, I think I started getting more into AI and learning about it. And this is when I also partnered up with my friend to implement AI in his Instagram business. So we partnered up and we started making money together as well. And during that time, I think my income, it grew from like $0 to $1,000, and then managed to hit the peak, which was $3,500 by the end of 2024. And this was my personal income. Of course, we were making upwards of $10,000 per month. And then this was the split that I had after we paid for like the softwares and everything of that sort. So this was my peak in 2024. And then what happened is we split up. We didn't work together anymore. And that was because like for a lot of different reasons, but this is when my income dropped to zero. Now, after we split up, I decided to fully focus on offering the AI service that I have. And if you want to know more about it, like what it is and what it does, I have my business YouTube channel, which is linked on this channel, and that it's specifically for this solution that I'm offering for Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, whatever. So I won't get into detail. You can check it out yourself if you're curious. But in late 2024, when we made our peak month and we then split in the business, I remember also making a sale for around, I think, $1,500. This was my first paid client. He came from my YouTube. I installed the AI for him. And after that, I didn't make any money because he already paid for 3 months in advance. So I was making literally $0 for around 2 to 3 months. I also made a video about it. You can find it here. So why I'm making $0 after 2 years in entrepreneurship. So this was a period where I was shifting business models and I was operating based on my savings. I didn't have anyone who was investing in my AI. So that full time was focused on servicing the first client that I onboarded onto this AI. And then after it, I got another client. And this client, I think, paid either $3,000 or $5,000. I don't recall. And then this client referred another client. And this is when my AI business started taking off as well. So I hit my first, I think, 5K months and then dropped a bit, then hit around $8,000. And then another client came from my YouTube and he also invested $5,000 for me to set up AI for him. And of course, I would charge a retainer. That was, I think, $1,500 a month to keep on running this AI software for him. And then this client referred another client. So charge another, I think, 5K for the setup. And the process kept on like kicking in. I also remember making a video about focusing on the product and making it so good so that your current clients refer other people because of how good the product is, aside from also them getting a reward for referring other people. So this is what happened. The referral chain kicked in, and the clients that I initially got from YouTube started referring other people. And so that's how my business grew. And I hit my record month, which is $32,000. And here, at this peak, I couldn't handle more clients. I was like super packed, and I realized that the current version of the AI software that I built couldn't take on that many people. So I had to trim down my client base. And right now the business is fluctuating between $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Okay, with my current clients. I'm not accepting any new clients at the moment because I can't deliver, and because ever since the beginning of 2026, I've been focused on building a more scalable version of the software that I'm offering. Now, what's the vision after 2026, which is this year? Today is April 11, the time of recording this video. And the vision is to finalize the software. It's almost done, and it's almost ready for me to onboard the clients that I have and then get more clients. So I want to finish that software, make sure it's scalable, it can take on more clients. And when that is done, then I would focus on marketing this AI software and reaching $200,000 per month. I think I can hit that this year by onboarding a lot of clients. And of course, to onboard them, I need to be like fully focusing on marketing, whether that's creating organic YouTube videos. And I also want to start getting into paid ads this year. I want to try so. I have it planned as well. So that is the goal. And how will I hit 200K per month? How many clients will I have? How much will I charge? I think we can get into that in maybe another video or when I gain more clarity. No, I again have it planned, but that's the vision. And by that time, my birthday is on October. So on October, I become 22, and I have around, let's say, 18 months or 15 months to accomplish this goal, which is 1 million at 22 years old. So I think I'm on track, but yeah. Ladies and gents, this video is to again serve as an update of what I'm doing. One thing that was bothering me a lot was looking at other people's journeys and comparing it with my own. That doesn't work that well, honestly, because just trying to match your journey to other people's, looking at other people who have made it earlier than you, or whatever. If you're watching this, you might be making more money than I am at a younger age, or you might be making less money at an older age. But all of this doesn't matter. I think what matters is to just understand that each person has their own journey. And what I'm doing right now, like documenting my journey, is for you to see that like I didn't start business and then go to $100,000 per month or whatever, you know? And I think there's also a very important lesson, which is slow growth builds a strong character. So I've met with a lot of people who made a ton of money, a ton of money. Like a guy, for example, he made $500,000. He's, I think, 1 year older than me, but he made that quick money. And right now, he doesn't even know how to spend it. He already lost a lot of it through gambling, and he doesn't know where to invest it. He doesn't know how to reinvest it to even make more money. And he's gone down this path where he doesn't have a good discipline to hold on to this money and to multiply it. And he's partying a lot, he's being degenerate, like doing these things that aren't that healthy and won't help. Like having a lot of money is taking a toll on his character. So again, there's no black and white, there's no right or wrong. It's just that if you feel like your journey is slow right now, and that was me like a lot of times, and a lot of times I do still have these feelings. where I feel like I'm slow, I'm not doing enough, and all this stuff. But just remember the bigger picture. Remember why you're doing all of this. Don't measure your success with just numbers and money. I think a good way to measure your success is to just shut off all the noise around you and look at where you were and where you're at right now. An exercise that I love doing is actually looking at my Google Photos and seeing my old self and where I was at, whom I hung out with, and what I used to do back then, like all the gaming that I've done and all this stuff. And sometimes I do regret. I'd be like, I wish I started earlier. And sometimes I'm like, no, it's cool. I had some fun in my teenage years, and it's something that not many people maybe might have had. So again, each person has their own journey, but just looking at your past and seeing how far you've progressed is a super nice exercise that you can do that doesn't grow any envy and doesn't make you feel guilty about whenever you're looking at someone else's success and you're like, I wish I'm in their shoes, because you don't know what their life looks like. Even though on paper they might be more successful than you, it doesn't matter. And if they are, good for them. But just focus on your own journey, focus on your own lane. A lot of times here during that journey, when I made some money, then hit zero, and then hit zero again, and then here it's zero, 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 I did feel anxious. I did feel like, am I doing something wrong? And even to this day, right here, right, like this drop happens, and I rethink it. Like, what can I do better? What am I doing wrong? But again, that's why looking at your journey as a whole and seeing, you can see here, if I put this into a trend, it's just growing. It's just growing, right? This is the average. And I don't know if you see it, but I see an exponential curve. I see that I hit 32K, and soon enough, I'm gonna be hitting 200K, and the curve will look like this. Because I was able to build the foundation here. It's not just that I started and then 6 months later, boom, I exploded. Because oftentimes what happens is, like the example I like showed you, people would hit that massive curve early on, and then they would maybe decay slowly, or some of them would lose it all like this, right? Whereas I think a healthy journey looks like this, where you start from zero and then you work your way. And at the beginning, it does feel super slow. Trust me, it does feel super slow. And I think if that's what you're feeling right now, and you believe that you're on the right path, you're doing the right things, you're working on yourself, you're fixing your habits, you're doing all the stuff that is right. You're listening from people that are at above stages that you want to get to. Like, that's what you should be doing. And like, kudos to you. Keep it up. Try to shut off the noise. Keep on journaling. Keep on self-reflecting. Keep on planning strategically, accurately. Keep on learning from the people you want to get to, or have the lifestyle of, and you will get it. Eventually, this will fucking happen. And yeah, I'm super grateful that I documented my journey, and I documented a lot of lows. I've documented a lot of highs. So again, nothing is perfect. Just look at your own lifestyle. I figured that these pillars are what matter to me, and of course, growing financially and keeping that curve growing means that not only am I growing in business, but I'm also growing other areas, because I don't care about just having this be like this, like focusing fully on just wealth and making all that money. Because I realized as well that making a lot of money, but not having good and healthy relationships, not having good health, not having good relationship with God, I think having less of these made my life worse. It gave me a sense of loneliness. And whenever I chase the hustle, and this might not be applicable to other people, right? Other people might find plenty of fulfillment in just focusing on this area only. But not to say that I'm not focused, but not make it my main focus in life. It's just something that I'm always aiming at growing alongside the other ones, because I want to share my money with the people I love. I want to spend that money to give them great things. And I also want to keep on growing so I can teach the people I love how they can grow too. I can make videos like this. I have the freedom of deciding that I want to take some time off from the business to record this video to kind of pass on some of the lessons I've learned throughout building not only good wealth and good health with a great body that I have, but also keep growing. Yeah. So again, without good health, like money doesn't matter. And think about it, when you become sick, oftentimes you'd be like, you would have anything and anything materialistic, but all you would be thinking about when you're sick is how can I get back to normal and live a normal life? Because you'd be hating it, your body would be fighting, and your quality of life sucks, right? Now imagine that you do that every day. Your habits lead you to being not fit, and you have pain everywhere. You're stressed all the time. All of this doesn't matter even though you have $1 billion in your bank account. And then all of this leads to God. Look at how small we are in this world. I started this video with a clip of me looking at nature. I'm this tiny. And the world is so big. That there's so many things that are outside of our control. So just letting those things to God and trusting that He will help us and He will guide the things that are out of our control, and us focusing on the things that are in our control is the best way to move forward, is the best way to not feel anxious. This graph of yours might look very different, and it will 99% be different from the one I have. But every time I hit a low, I found that trusting God with how He's gonna paint that graph as I grow in anything, not only finances, and trusting God and doing what I can and keep going and enjoying the journey is what gave me stillness and the lack of this bad feeling. So this is pretty much it. So again, focus on building your great life, define what your pillars are, and shut off the noise. If you feel like this video is making you feel anxious, if you feel like you're comparing yourself to me or you're comparing yourself to other people, and that is leaving you empty, that is making you feel inferior, stop doing it. Stop. Shut off the noise. Go ahead, journal yourself, plan about what your life will look like, what you can improve in it, and work at it. Because if you don't put in the work, nothing will happen. So take care, take risks, and I hope to see you in the next one.